We did some thorough testing, so here is my countdown for the 5 facts you should know before purchasing the BYD Shark. Number 5. You can't use cruise control while towing. Currently, if you have a trailer or a caravan on the back of the Shark and you're in trailer towing mode, the ute will not let you use cruise control. There has been speculation but no confirmation that BYD will change this in the future software updates, so be aware. Number 4. Normally the engine won't kick in until you get down to a state of charge that you can set, but in trailer towing mode you can only adjust between 50% and 70% state of charge. Because you can't go below 50%, the fuel usage of the car is dramatically increased. So much so that towing a 2.3 tonne caravan at mostly 100 km/h highway conditions yielded 19.7 litres per 100 km during testing. Based off my towing experience, it's generally accepted that about 20 litres per 100 km is not unusual, so don't let this put you off. But if you're expecting a lot better consumption under the premise of the Shark utilising electric power, think again. Of course, if you do nice short runs on electric only, then you're in luck, because so long as you don't reach 50% stated charge, your fuel economy will be essentially 0 litres out of 100 kilometres. Number 3. The quoted fuel consumption, depending on where you read it, can be confusing. So with real-world testing, these are the results. We did a mix of highway driving, urban driving, headwind, tailwinds, basically everything you'd normally use the ute for. And here are the facts. In EV-only mode, you'll use 0 litres per 100 kilometres for about the first 80 kilometres or so. If short trips in an urban environment sound like you, and you can charge up every night, you'll see the best savings. In HEV mode, after the first 100 kilometres, your fuel economy is going to go up to between 7.5 and 12 litres per 100 kilometres. In one of our tests at around 110 kilometres an hour, mostly highway with a few hill climbs, state of charge was set at 70% for the trip, and we discharged to about 30%. We travelled 560 kilometres and used 49.5 litres of fuel, which equates to around 9 litres per 100 kilometres. The gauge was showing that there was about 40 kilometres of range left. So if you extrapolate, the total range of the ute should be approximately 600 kilometres. That's with a full battery and a full tank of fuel. Number 2. The Shark is equipped with ICC, Intelligent Cruise Control, which allows the Shark to follow the path and the pace of the car in front. It is equipped with ACC, Adaptive Cruise Control. If you want to use Adaptive Cruise Control, but not Intelligent Cruise Control, then you can't turn it off while driving. You have to pull over, put the car in park, go into settings and disable ICC. The steering wheel button only turns both ACC and ICC off and turns them both on unless ICC is disabled in the settings. This is annoying because ICC can't be turned off on the fly while you're driving. And finally, number 1. The Shark has 240 volt power points in the tub. The outlets do not work when the car is switched off. Only the V2L adapter works. And you can set that to stay on for up to 23 hours and 59 minutes. So if you're camping for longer than a day, you have to remember to go back in and turn it back on. Otherwise, whatever you've got plugged into the V2L will be switched off. This is disappointing since most families that tour or go camping carry a car fridge in the tray, and that needs power all the time. There are a couple of options. One is using a V2L plug and a multi-adapter. That runs even if the car's off, but keep in mind that's 10 amp. And also using the V2L plug isn't ideal, as you have to run the cable back into the tray, leaving the canopy/roller shutter open, which could leave the vehicle open to theft. Alternatively, you can turn the car on but lock it, and that will allow the tub power points to work. Dimming the screen down to the lowest setting also helps reduce wasted power. It is also interesting to note that the V2L gets full potential of about 6 to 7 kilowatt of power. However, the 240 volt power points in the tray only get 2.3 kilowatts roughly. So if you have any power hungry devices running simultaneously off the tub, for example a kettle, air fryer, induction cooker, high wattage items, at the same time it could trip and cause the ports to shut off. You'll probably want to run them off the V2L plug instead.